Night is gonna be, it'll be all over. What y'all know about that church music? In the morning, in the morning, morning. All Truth Media. I'm live at work. Live at work. Man, North Carolina Central. I want to say shout out to Coach Trey Oliver for having him a squad. I can honestly say this: North Carolina Central is my favorite non-SWAC team. They're my favorite MEAC team. I'm gonna tell you why. The best ability a team can have after a loss is putting the loss behind it. The loss against Campbell was embarrassing, but seeing North Carolina Central play Morgan State, it looked like they forgot what happened. They were ready to dominate and they balled out. Make sure to share this video if you haven't. Make sure to like this video as well. So, Davis Richards, he's a pro prospect to me. He's 6'3", around 215, 220. He's somewhat of a dual threat, but really he has a pocket presence. So if a team is giving him passing lanes, he's going to take advantage of that. If a team is giving him running lanes, he's going to take advantage of that. He's a jack of all trades. They have a mix, meaning North Carolina Central. They have a mixture of young and veteran. They have recruited a lot of high school players. They're not in the transfer portal that much. That's not their recruiting strategy. But they seem like a team that would take on a veteran if he's the right fit for Central. And the good thing about North Carolina Central and their fans, not one time have you seen North Carolina Central fans diss Jackson State, bring up Jackson State. They're so worried about their school that they're not even worrying about what other teams are doing. That's what you need to be doing. See, teams like Alabama State and others, nothing against them, but they would be a lot better if they would worry about what their school is doing, how they can improve. That's what they need to worry about. Look at North Carolina Central. They do them, and they do them the best way. They're not worrying about what everybody else got going on. They're determined to take their game to another level. When I watched the game on ESPN, one of the ESPN sites that is, on my Hulu account, one thing I saw from North Carolina Central is when they're on, they're on. They play with good rhythm. They're not phased if a bad play happens. Very resilient. They're probably one of the most resilient HBCU teams right now. They do not get phased. If a team happens to have multiple big plays, they're cool, calm, and collected. They're not freaking out saying, "Oh, woe is me." You don't see that from North Carolina Central. And Coach Trey Oliver is a young coach, and to have a team that's an embodiment of him is a blessing. And Central fans, you got to be happy to have a head coach like Coach Oliver. And I hope North Carolina Central keeps their coach. I'm sure schools are going to be calling, but seems like a good brother. Never met him before, but seems like a good brother. And if I was a high school athlete, if it wasn't Coach Prime, it would definitely be Coach Oliver. This is how you build your team. And next week, you know who they got? North Carolina Central plays against South Carolina State. Now I know I got some South Carolina State fans that follow me. The defending Celebration Bowl champs. I know y'all happy. I still believe that Jackson State did not play like they wanted it last year. I stand by it. Y'all know it too. Y'all gonna see this year what Jackson State gets to do though. Because I tell you one thing, a motivated JSU team is something else. But I would love to see North Carolina Central versus JSU. I think it would be a good matchup. Jason Davis Richard is a baller. He's a leader of men. The players for North Carolina Central play so hard for him. Shout out to Deacon Davis Farms. He said, "What up, DJ? I told you about that quarterback. He legit. Yeah, he the real deal, man. He's the real deal. Davis Richard, man. I just see NFL talent in him, and I'm not just saying this because he playing for an HBCU school. No, it has nothing to do with that. Davis Richard is on another level. He's on another level right now, and teams cannot stop him. Now you have Campbell. Campbell, that was just a bad matchup. Campbell has a strong and stout offensive line, so they cause problems. It was not. I'm telling you, Davis Richard was trying to will a win. It's just a bad matchup. I don't blame Davis Richard for that loss. Deacon Davis Farm says he made North Carolina A&T Aggies look bad. Yeah, he did, man. And shout out to North Carolina A&T, man. North Carolina A&T's on a win streak, but don't forget, uh, North Carolina Central has a good win in New Hampshire. New Hampshire was in the top 25 before they lost to North Carolina Central. You know, ever since they lost to Campbell, now everybody wants to discredit their wins. I think it's bullshit, man. They lost to a better team that day, but doesn't mean they're a bad team. When I see North Carolina Central, I see a team that's disciplined. I see a team that's very fast, athletic, and they have a will to win. And when you have that will to win, you can contend and beat anybody you please. It's all about who wants it, man. This is football. This is not uh, uh, a soft sport. This is a man's game. But a lot of teams in not only the SWAC but MEAC, all HBCUs, they can learn from North Carolina Central. What you got to do when you got Coach Prime and other schools elevated, you got FAMU doing their thing. What you got to do to stand out, you got to have your own team identity. Stop worrying about other schools and worry about uplifting yours, getting a media presence. I think a lot of teams are jealous of the schools I named because it's not their school doing it. But you can learn from North Carolina Central to do it your way without being a hater, without being a shine. And we supposed to have 20 likes on this video. Make sure it's 20 likes, family. If you haven't hit the like button, I'm on break right now. I just felt like chopping it up with y'all, talking about such a great talent in North Carolina Central. Man, I wish I could go to the North Carolina Central versus South Carolina State game. I know that game gonna be everything I expect it to be. It's gonna be a physical game. It's gonna be. This is not a game. Going to be a game for the weak. This is gonna be some hard hitting. It's gonna be some trash talk. The fans are gonna be into it. In the state of North Carolina, the brothers and sisters from the state of North Carolina, this is something that they deserve to watch. They deserve to watch two uh, programs fighting to win the MEAC, since there's no MEAC championship. This is what football is all about, man. But I want to say I am proud of North Carolina Central. I've never went to North Carolina Central, but when I watch this team play, I admire what they are as a team, and they got my respect. And if you're a North Carolina Central fan, share the video. I would love to talk about your team more. Uh, do more videos on it. Again, all you have to do, and this is all content creators, all you have to do is you, because I've seen people say, hey man, I want you to talk about my team. What you got to do is share the video, have more people engage, and more YouTubers will talk about your team. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, man. So I'm gonna start uh, doing that more. And if you know where I can get some North Carolina Central merch, let me know. If you watch my channel, I've been to Jackson. I'm planning to go to other schools and visit their games. If you know where I can get merch or you can send merch my way, let me know. I'll rock the merch, man. Because it's all HBCU, man. This is what it's about. This is Raw Truth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, and I'm out.